Hey guys, David here. Today we're going to be driving a Shelby GT500 from 1967. Originally, I was going to open up this video just by hopping in the car and driving like usual, but I wanted to add a little bit of context before we get in this vehicle. So to give you a little bit of perspective of just how far we've come, the 2020 GT500's brake rotor alone is the size of the wheels on the 1967 GT500, and the brake caliber of the 2020 GT500 is as wide as the tires that were on the 1967 GT500. So just to show how nuts people were to drive these cars fast back in the 60s, I think it was good to add a little bit of context. But this is a very fun and chill video to drive wait, I can't say that anymore. Thanks, copyright infringement. But we're gonna get in the 1967 GT500, talk about what it's like to actually drive, and does it deserve the mythical status we have given it due to movies, TV, and well, it just being beautiful. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're in a 1967 Shelby GT500. And this is not just a 67 GT500. This was a barn find. The car was found in a barn and it sat for 40 years. This is the original paint on this car. The original. But it's been fixed up a little bit and polished and things of that nature. The color looks amazing, and I'm kind of glad that it's the original paint. It kind of adds the mystery to it, like the mysteriousness of it sitting for so long and then just fixing it up. Oh my God, come on, baby, come on. The clutch sticks a little bit, so you have to be careful. Also, this is the first factory car to ever have shoulder belts and a built-in roll bar integrated into it from the factory. That's freaking awesome. Driving classic cars, I always say it, it's a completely different experience than any modern car you could possibly imagine. The steering has almost no feedback. The steering wheels are big. The power steering in this, though, works very well. And being a Mustang owner myself, this was always kind of an end-all, be-all Shelby for so many people. Like, this was the one. Due to a certain movie, it made it so. So this has a 428 cubic inch V8. It's not the original motor, but it was built the same year as the motor that was in this one anyway. It's pretty amazing that they were able to source a motor from the exact same time period as well. So all of the drivetrain was replaced, and the car was bought for $65,000 as a barn find, because these are worth so much money now. It took probably around 70 to get it to where it is now. So it is not cheap to find a barn find like this and get it to where it is today. Driving a 4 on the floor is so weird to me. I'm never used to it. I instinctively want to go like this for first gear, when first gear is practically straight up and second gear is pretty much straight down, rather than going over and then going like this. Come on, brake! But of course, smells like gas and smells like fuel because carburetors. And I've always loved the styling and the looks of the 67 GT500. It is a looker. As a kid, was like, whoa, why are those taillights so different on the 67 GT500? It's because they're Mercury Cougar taillights. They took them from the Mercury Cougar, and I love the way they look. It definitely gave a more mean, intimidating presence to the back, but looking at the back of the GT500 from this era, with the beautiful fastback roof and everything, it just, wow, it still has such a presence to it that not a lot of old cars still have. I mean, you see, I don't care if you hate Mustangs or not, you see one of these GT500s and you go, wow. The louvers, the scoops, the hood scoop, the hood pins, like, it's dramatic. It's always dramatic. And for what it is, it's really not that slow. Most classic cars that I drive are obnoxiously slow. This one's not bad for what it is. But now, when I'm driving this around and realizing how much it's worth, yeah, it can be nerve-wracking. That was just a third gear roll-on. Oh yeah, by the way, the seatbelt buckles, they have the Shelby logo on them. I think that's so cool. I know that's a weird thing to point out. This thing does take some effort to drive though, because I have to be very careful with the clutch. If I'm not careful with it, it gets stuck. Yo, this thing is fast for 1967. Holy smokes. I'm actually impressed. Okay, all right. All of the interior in this car is all original. All of it. It was basically preserved like a fossil in the barn. So there's no cracks or anything on it. I will say though, you get just as much attention in this car as you do in like an exotic car, like a Lamborghini, Ferrari, whatever. People stare at it and they love it. Usually you hear retro car stories about the generic, and I say generic very, not in a mean way, but I mean like the normal 65 Mustangs, the Chevelles, the Novas. This is in a league of its own when it comes to classic muscle cars. When I started creating this business and also kind of bringing my warehouse and offices together, it was incredibly overwhelming. And another thing that can be incredibly overwhelming is debt. But that's also why I want to talk about today's sponsor, Upstart. When it comes to paying off debt, it can often feel like an uphill battle. High interest rates resulting in minimum monthly payments just keeps you in this endless cycle of paying off debt. But with Upstart, they can help you get ahead. Upstart is a fast and easy way to pay off all your debt with a personal loan all online. Whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high interest debt, or funding personal expenses, over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get a simple, fixed monthly payment. And unlike other lenders, Upstart looks at more than just your credit score or your credit history. They look at other factors like your income and your employment history. And that means they can offer smarter rates with trusted partners. With a 5-minute online rate check, you can see your rate up front for loans between $1,000 to $50,000. And you can receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. So find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/blue. Don't forget to use the URL and let them know that I sent you. And go to upstart.com/blue. All right guys, thank you so much for listening, and let's move on with the video. Whoa! You have to add so much more steering input. Holy smokes. It's amazing to think that this was like top tier handling from Shelby that wasn't the little Cobra, right? You had to have some serious cojones to drive this thing fast all the time. I have no traction. I have no feedback up front whatsoever. God, we take today's handling for granted so much. Oh my God. So the GT500, right? When we think GT500 today, we think new GT500. Most people do. And they go, wow, what a beast, which it is. Here's a clip from the GT500. Oh God. Oh man, I just got that roller coaster feeling. And when I think GT500, I also go down the line. I think of this one, and then I think of the mid-2000s one. That was the first Shelby GT500 I ever drove. Seeing this, you see where all the other cars got their roots from, the character of the car and the roots of the car. You understand it and why they try to keep the legacy going of the car. Braking's pretty good, but it's the floatiness of the chassis. You're like, oh man, this thing's like driving a really fast tractor. That's not nice to say, but it feels old school, you know? car, but when you're going through the gears in this, you have to be so mean to the car. You have to be like, come on, let's go. Power band's great though. Power band's absolutely phenomenal in this thing. For the time, this thing had to have been an absolute rocket ship. I give credit to people who could drive these things really fast because it's a learning curve. But I'm also used to modern 6-speeds, so that's a whole nother thing. The only thing that's not original in this car is the Hurst shifter. Only thing. But I'm sure if I drove this more often, it'd be a lot easier. Come on, brake! This has made my heart warm. I'm very happy, but I'm also very thankful for modern cars now. Very thankful. Driving a quick classic car is it's unlike anything I've ever done. The most recent old muscle cars I drove were Detroit Speeds, which some of those retail at like $250,000 because they're resto mods, right? They have modern technology in them. They're more livable. But driving the real, raw deal, oh, what an experience. On that note, guys, what do you think about the 67 GT500? Do you like it? Do you think they're outdated? Or will it always have a special place in your heart when it comes to classic muscle cars? Personally, I think it's the best looking classic muscle car ever. But that's just me. That's just me. Whew, I made it back safe. I am so happy. I upload on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And I will see you guys next time, and take it easy. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye. If you guys like these videos and want to support my channel, make sure to head over to PattersonCarCare.com. It is my original formula detail brand that makes life so easy washing your car. Everything from cleaning your wheels in just around a minute, or any other product that is just as easy to use. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, or Sundays, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy.